Hmm. All right, I've got one person watching again. Drop in the comment for me.
So we are live, he said.
Wait, we are on LinkedIn?
We're live. That's what he says. That's why I called my tech support.
Well, that's awesome. Who's your tech support person? And also, very bizarre that it's not showing up if it's live.
It's not yet? Okay, he said it did. So hi, everybody.
Oh, perfect.
We're live. We had some technical issues, but apparently we've gotten past them.
Yeah, apparently so. And I will say that we handled this like beats. Well, at least you did. And you were kind of like a cheer coaching me on.
No, it's okay. You know, I'm sure everybody out there can understand, you know, sometimes, I mean, we just don't have it down yet. You know, it hasn't been that long that humans have really been into this type of technology.
He's a whole tech support team. Well, he messaged me whenever I hadn't messaged you because I was on Instagram and he sent me a DM and I was like, dang, he really is a tech support team.
I messaged him and I was like, because I'm not on Instagram, and I messaged him and I was like, I know he is. And I was like, can you please reach out to her? Because she hasn't seen my messages yet. But I just wanted to check it out. But yeah, so I'm glad. Let's see hey Jacob, thanks for showing up. I got a couple of Vipers out there. Who is LinkedIn user? Is that you, Nick? I know that one of the Vipers, Nick Lozano, is always showing up as LinkedIn user. So I'm curious if that's actually him.
Oh, it's Joff actually from the show. I've got LinkedIn pulled up on my other screen now.
Okay, yeah, awesome. Me too. All right, I think we're set now. Hey guys, thanks for bearing with us.
Thank God. You know what I did? It was the classic like unplug it, plug it back in. I just was like, I'm just gonna log out of my restream because I've logged into it for so long. So I just was like, you know what? I mean, I had done the attach retouch, but yes, we finally got situated. Well, now that we've got a few people and we're kind of have got the ball rolling, I'll reintroduce you. I'll probably pronounce Inked Insomnia, right? I think I said insomnia. Anyway, welcome and thank you so much, Kelsey, for having a conversation with me today. And I mean, it's no surprise that there's people jumping in here already because you're so loved. And it seems you've really got a whole community kind of put together that you've been working very hard on, obviously, on LinkedIn. So please tell me a little bit more about that. We kind of were talking backstage during the difficulties.
Yeah, so I've got a group of friends that have just been so supportive on this tour that I'm on. So I'm on day 7 of LinkedIn Live Tour. Just really trying to get the word out about art and creativity and really supporting the arts. And I'm very honored to be sitting here with a talented artist that I showed in my October show. Her work is amazing, and I'm so glad I'm connected with you. This is really cool for me to be on with another artist. It's very different as far as my tour has gone. I was on with a writer, and she's really awesome too. Yes, she was amazing. So yeah, it's been a real fun tour. And
at Pinati in the comments so she knows we were talking about her.
Sure, yeah, it might be pretty early a.m. for her.
Well, she's been doing Ayurvedic like routine. So usually she's up at 4:30, which is pretty
right
cool.
about now.
Yeah, exactly. Right about now for her. And I had seen like a random TikTok about it, and on the same day that she told me she did it, and I was just like, damn, they really know how to target us on TikTok because it was perfect timing. But yeah, she's amazing. So what was like in like one or two little bullet points, what was like the highlight of your show with her?
Well, just her energy. She's just so much fun. You know, she's been at my show as well. And yeah, you know, people just gravitate towards her. So her energy, and also the surprised look on her face when all these people showed up to her live for me, all these friends of mine, the Vipers, which are amazing group of people.
Tell me a little bit about Vipers. Not to jump right in, but I'm just like, you've used that term a couple times, and in my mind, every single time I'm like, Vipers, that's like the sickest crew. It sounds like.
I know, right? So it was actually a group of us that we were commenting on a 24-hour live, and we commented so much that several of us broke LinkedIn. It flagged us and wouldn't let us comment anymore.
No.
For me, it was just a few hours. I was one of the first people that was basically comment banned. And then the fella that was running the live, Luke Matthews, decided to make a little group for me because I was in this. I was all by myself commenting to him, like, and so he made this little group of people that could that were also being banned, and other people that could come in and take our comments out onto the live and comment for us and ask questions for us. So he made this little group, and we've been friends ever since. I mean, most of us were connected before, but we now have like a Discord channel where we all, you know, share stories and talk about life and a lot about technology, because a lot of these fellows are very
we can definitely dive into some tech talk, because I got my minor in innovation. I'm all about innovation, technology, especially in the arts. So I would love to kind of get into that. And yeah, I mean, what's his name? Dimitri. It was one of the people who went to the Inked Insomnia show, and
he's awesome.
Robotics. I was like, oh, immediately neurotech and the brain chip and AI and and transhumanism. And he was
there's a few people in this role. So just talked with him. He's a real good guy, and he's real smart when it comes to technology. A lot of these fellows are. So yeah, it's good to be connected with them, because I'm still learning, like most of us are. I mean, even they are. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun hanging out with these people, and they've been, like I said, being so supportive. I just appreciate it so much. There's some of the most awesome people that I've met, and LinkedIn is really good for that. Really good to create those bonds. So it's nice. And they come to my art events, and we can, kind of interact like we are here, but on a larger scale. So that's a lot of fun to see them, to actually be able to see them after talking to them so much. And they see me up here a lot. But so I actually jumped on a couple of their lives during this last week.
Mm-hmm.
Gabe, who's in the comments right now, he had a live with me and a fellow that I work for and work with. So we jumped on together, and then Travis Lackner, who is not here right now, he also has a live, and I jumped on one day with him.
I'll tag Travis in the comments. I'm like here for all of this. I'm like reading all of these comments going through. First of all, I'm just like, Mr. Suave, debonair, sophisticated, stellar gentleman.
Hey, Jay. So
like
unicorn. Kenny is awesome. I'm so happy to see you. He has also been real supportive. He's a super cool guy. He's all over LinkedIn. People love Kenny. Kenny, you're amazing. I love LinkedIn for this. What's that?
I'm reading another one, Scrumdiddlyumptious. I was warned. I was warned about this.
Oh, were you? Darn, who warned you?
I warned myself by doing my homework and watching the live stream. So I know about you, Karina, not Dorothy Crow. I wasn't expecting you, but I appreciate you, and I'm honored.
Gabe, oh my gosh.
Even my cheeks right now, I'm like totally just overjoyed. Like I can feel that my eyeballs getting squinty.
Yeah, that was the surprise that they did for her too. And she was just smiling ear to ear. Yeah, where's Travis Storms? That's a good question, Jeff. Yes, because he'll pop up and tell you guys all my nickname, which I'm not going to say out loud unless he shows up, and then you'll be excited about that. But he's been to my shows too. Most of these people have been to my art shows, and they're just awesome people on LinkedIn. They have great content. Just really, thinking out.
I'm about to go through this whole list and make sure I connect with every single one of these people, because it's hilarious to see the way that everyone's interacting with one another. And I might not be an honorary Viper as of yet, but if I can be welcomed into the community, I'm all here for it.
You're getting your initiation right now.
I feel like it. I feel like different messages coming through.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like I said, these fellas are amazing. And there's
I want a description like this: Mr. Intelligent, gorgeously handsome looking gentleman. All right, I'll follow. Well, I guess it doesn't help for me to put the link up in the chat, but I'll follow you. I'll go back to that link and follow you on LinkedIn. And of course, Kelsey Lips is the Queen Viper. So
is that what we got in the comments there?
Yes, I feel that's Enrique. I feel like I have so many questions for you now, even deeper. So let me try to feel like I want to feel out what direction I want to go. Let's see. Well, you had said talking about like beauty and art and life. So can you share with me like a little bit your experience with art in your life? Like how has it, for me, I know it's very like a romance. Like I feel like it saved me in a lot of ways, and I turn to art as like a reflection of myself and like all that deep, yummy shit, right? Yeah. So I want to hear, and I can talk about that too if you do like are like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I kind of get the sense that you do know what I'm talking about, and I would love to hear it.
So yeah, I think it's really important, art in all sorts of different ways. Like you were saying, it kind of it's therapeutic. It really helps you kind of center yourself and figure out what you want and be able to pour all your emotion into a page, your anger, angst, happiness, sadness, all that. And I think it's really important for everyone around the world to really have that connection with art and creativity in one way or another. It's so important, especially for children, to really motivate them and inspire them, to just try hard, and they can do this beautiful thing that, really speaks to everybody that's out there on different levels. It's a real important thing to me, and that's why I'm doing these art events. That's why I'm doing this tour, is to really bring that awareness to people and how important it is in business as well. So that's what we need to realize, and realize that being an artist is a hard job, and just trying to support them more and give them more credit for how hard they work, Yeah,
because it's only our entire culture that is the foundation. And I don't mean to sound bitter. I'm appreciative, but it's just like for those who are probably not in this call, so we don't even go there, who don't see the value in it, it can be a frustration. But we know better. Like, that's what one of the things that draws me to you is that I don't have to explain that. You know that shit, you know?
Yes.
You know the value of it. I see that you know it, and we're here executing on it. And so that's something that's really respectable, you know? I love that. I love the part that you talked about kids too, because that's really important. And I find that to be a part of like my passion too, especially my little cousins. Oh my God, I could go on and on about them. They're like little diva queens, artists, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that that it's important to remind everybody out there that you're all creatives. You know, it just depends on what we're talking about, like really using your brain and, you know, using your passion and your drive and everything to achieve the kind of things that you want. And especially when it comes to things of beauty like that, that can be shared with each other and really, you know, impact the world in a different way. It's so important. And, you know, on a different note too, I mean, it's fun. I love creating and, you know, playing around with different things and, you know, touching on different emotions, heart and so a lot of pain, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And that's just so important to have a way to express that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm what I'm trying to do. I hope that I can bring that awareness a little bit more and just bring more support, especially on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn's great. And that's what people don't realize is when you utilize LinkedIn in the correct way, you know, you can make great friendships, business associates, and really just learn so much from so many experts on there and so many different levels. And I'm not just talking about art, you know, technology and, you know, finance, all sorts of different ways, things that can really just help you just by reading somebody else's feed and giving them a little bit of feedback, a little bit of support, because it's not easy, not only to be an artist, but to do anything in life, and especially writing. I was talking to Benatti about this, is writing is not easy to really get like the right kind of post out there, you know, and have it like really appeal to so many people and speak to them. That's super important. And so, you know, LinkedIn really can give you so much on so many different levels. Like I got a job because of LinkedIn, you know, I was put out of work and I got a job, and I got, you know, all these wonderful friends, and I got this opportunity to start these art events, just because I had, just connected with the right kind of people. And I'm not going to say like the right kind of people, but I just happened to connect with people that, you know, wanted to use my skill
and that, you know, have something that you need in life, like are offering you something that you're looking for, and vice versa. It feels good to be heard. It feels good to be seen, and it feels good to acknowledge one another. And like I've definitely had people kind of poke fun at me being much like younger too, like, LinkedIn, you're such a grandma. And I'm like, oh no, you have no idea, because instead of being out here just like doing it for the gram, I'm out here like on all channels really, but like LinkedIn especially has served as such a great way to meet those people, like you said. So yeah, that's really fucking fire. Like I love that a lot.
Yeah, it's been pretty awesome. And I'm just going to talk real briefly about the art events, how they came about because of LinkedIn, just because I saw that there wasn't a lot of, you know, artists getting what they truly deserved out there. And like I could kind of understand it, but at the same time, it was just like, well, you know, they're a business as much as anybody else, and they, you know, every other business needs them to survive. And so I just thought, well, how am I going to do this? You know, it'd be really cool to do this. I had all these ideas, and then some friends that I was connected with were who were doing virtual events were like, oh, you know, if you want, we have this platform if you want to do your virtual art events on it. So that's how I ended up getting to that. So yeah, that's been quite a journey. It's been amazing. So the last art show, I know you weren't able to make it, but I actually had the spotlight artists. The person that I interviewed was an artist from an art consultant, excuse me, from season 7 and 8 of Game of Thrones.
How cool.
Who helped work on the dragons and helped with the video game that was in between seasons. So we did an interview with we did an interview with him. His name's Paul Melender, and I'm just gonna throw that link down in the comments. But yeah, it was so much fun to really like hear things from his perspective, and you know, to watch somebody else's journey like that too, because I, you know, of course I read up on him and everything like that. It was really an eye-opener, and I think that a lot of the people that were at the event really enjoyed that as well. To just be able to talk to somebody on that level, you know, where they've, you know, really went in there and done something that, you know, a lot of people really, you know, a lot of people really like Game of Thrones, and super, super popular. But he's just a talented artist all around. He really is. He does all sorts of different things. He does digital as well as acrylic, and I think he does some oils as well, but he's got amazing work. So that was fun to showcase him at this last event in November. So the next one will have a live demo of a ceramic artist. I'm super excited about that. And we're going to have an artist who embroiders metal and does art that way. Yeah, so it's going to be I'm super excited for that one too, and that's going to bleed into a New Year's Eve party. So that's on December 31st at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And then so the art event will go for a couple of hours like it usually does, and then bleed into a New Year's party, and we're going to have music and some fun little games and things like that to do. So it's going to be exciting. And it really, this kind of platform is so perfect for networking. Like it's basically mini Zoom calls at tables. So there's a map and there's different tables, and you can move to these different tables and talk to different people. So it's like mini Zoom calls at this table, basically like an event.
At 3 p.m. I'm going to Pacific time. I'm going to make a comment on it.
It's 6 p.m.
Okay, that's why I was like, I don't know if that was all right.
Yeah, that's okay. So yeah, that's going to be super fun. I'm excited for that. But yeah, so I just love the way that platform interacts, where, you know, you can go to the table and talk to that artist and view their work on the whiteboard, and then, you know, move to a different table and talk to different artists, and just, you know, just like a real event would be in an event hall with different tables. It's so similar, except for, you know, obviously not in person. We're doing mini video calls. So yeah, it's super, super interactive, and I'm loving the platform. I actually work on
I had never seen anything like that event when I logged on. I was like, it reminded me of like Pokemon. First of all, like the way that it looked over and you could like select the different location. And
yeah, okay.
You know, and then I went in it and I was like, wait a second, this is literally like Zoom calls that I can, like breakout rooms in Zoom, you know, that I can kind of toggle back and forth. And the people were just like quality human beings. That's the part that really got me. Like, I didn't know what to expect, but it just meeting some of the people that I did and having those conversations. Like I met Joff through that. I met Tom. I think I met
Tom Glover.
He's great. Yeah, Tom Glover. And I met Usama.
I knew you'd get excited about that one. Yeah, that group of people that come, the kind of people that come to these art events, I just love how they're deep thinkers, and on all different levels. Jeff was actually at one of them, but yeah, no, it's just a great way to interact. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite things. That's what I do now, as tech support. So I lost my job due to health reasons. In February, I was told I had to stay home. So I was, I had to figure something out. So luckily I had connected with some people that had this platform, and just a little bit of them kind of getting to know me through a couple of months. They realized that I would be smart enough, I would catch on quick enough in order to be tech support. So they hired me to do tech support for the same kind of platform that we do the art events and all those networking events. So yeah, it's been great.
So you've been kind of evolving into what from observation, at least, like if I could hold up a mirror for a moment, it seems like you obviously had your challenges, but you can rise from that adversity and decide like what you want to manifest for your life. And it sounds like it's sort of adding little building blocks onto everything.
Yeah, it's really been interesting how it just kind of all fits together, has just fit together so perfectly, because I'm not trying to tell any sob stories too much, but it's just
reality.
It felt like 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 I could never catch a break. And so it was nice. So it was nice when I decided to join LinkedIn and really get active around February. It was nice to kind of see everything come, slip into place. It was really nice. So I'm going to drop the registration link for the next art event into the comments there. There we go. And yeah, so just register for this event and you'll get your e-ticket, and then you'll get an email reminder. You remember how it works. You get an email reminder and you'll join the event. So yeah, I'd love to have you at this next one. I'm sure you probably have to check out your schedule and see if you can make it. But yeah, I'd love to show you.
The real reality is that I just don't know. Like I just don't know.
Right. Yeah. So this next one's coming up in, what is that? 2 weeks away? Almost exactly 2 weeks away.
New Year's, right?
What's that?
You said it's New Year's, right? The 31st?
Yeah.
Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, that's the thing. It's not that I've got something booked. It's that I just literally, I feel like so many people relate to this at this point that I'm just like, no shame, no idea. Like,
no, seriously,
just like, shifts everything. And I'm a planner. Like, I'm not a type B person. I am a type A person. I am very artsy, but I don't fit that scattered stereotype. It's like quite the opposite. Like if I could pick and just do like a spin around the room, you would see everything like neatly. So the way that this world has sort of shifted has been, and we don't even, it's like, are we at a point where we even have to say, with COVID and everything, it's like, no, we all know. We don't have to preface anything. It's like, we're all living this shit, It's not exactly like a personal thing. It's the entire planet. So
exactly.
It's just like that act of surrender and act of just letting go. And that's the most beautiful thing, is like, that's how I met you. And that's how this live came to be. And that's what drew all of these individuals into the chat. And like, it's something that I feel like in my experience during this time and during this entire year, I'd love to share a little bit about what I've been working on, which has been my Jeff. Is it Jeff or Joff? I don't know how to pronounce it, but
I don't think.
But
I don't think it matters to him.
That's so true. That's so true. But I'm like one of those people that's like, did I pronounce it right? Are you okay? Did I say it?
No, yeah, that's me too.
So let me hurt you. But you know, this has been my book. It's called Thank You, Damn It. And it's got all kinds of like different imagery and poems and journals and just like experiences. Don't act like I didn't see you guys talking about crystal meth in the comments. Like, it's about meth, but this actually is like a page that's not literally or not like directly, but it is about like my experience on mushrooms and like different things about like looking inward and meditating and all kinds of stuff. Also like art history, the way it should have been told. And, you know, just like this is talking about AI and nothing is, I'll read something actually really quick to kind of give an idea. But like the last Neanderthal sat in the lee of rock shelter wall. The last Neanderthal. I have a picture. Flatten thy palm to the top of my crown and place delicately on my shoulder. Gather, we see a picture. It is burning. There is fire flying away, eating up the organic and industrial world. Part of the earth here had gone so quickly that we felt that we had lost something. It writhed and began to blacken, a smolder. Fire blinks sharply, and our three eyes blink back. The new people practice shamanism, although some appropriate and abuse it. I denounced white supremacy, and a man called me Neanderthal through a keyboard. Imagine all that we already once was. AI, Neanderthal, Homo sapiens, AI. So that's like just one page, but this whole book has been a result of what we were just talking about, which is letting go and finding gratitude, because the title of the book is called Thank You, Damn It. And I call it radical gratitude, because gratitude, whenever someone hands you flowers and a box of chocolates and a gift card to your favorite wherever, it's easy. But gratitude when someone kicks you in your teeth is not easy. Gratitude whenever you lose your job, which, by the way, I also was let go back in May, and I found myself unemployed and in a new city, and you know, the odds were stacked up against me too, and I was scared at first, and I had a couple of moments where I just totally freaked out and like cried and broke down, but I picked myself up and I continued moving forward with gratitude.
What did you see? You guys are breaking her.
He said gratitude. I love that. You are breaking me. Okay. Because that's like my thing. Radical gratitude is like a pillar of, it's a core value of my company. So like for me to see that, I've never heard anything that preposterous, but I love it. Oh, I feel the tears. This is beautiful. That's cute. That's really cute.
Oh, was that you that said that?
No, that was Karina, not Dorothy Krill, that said that. I don't even know that person's real name, so the joke's on you.
You got to connect with him. That's Gabe Lil. He's one of the people I went on live with. He's really into the lives, and he knows his stuff. Him and Nick Lozano, who just showed up a little bit ago, they're both Vipers, and they have stuff down. So if you ever have any, like, totally check. I
have questions. Like, it's not even I ever have. I'll be talking to each of you.
Yeah, they're good fellows. So definitely connect with them. And they go. I think Nick goes live once a week. Gabriel's live, I think, every day. Gabe, is that right? Every single
day. That's incredible.
Yeah, he's a savage.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, they're an awesome group of individuals, and they're not even all here right now because the timing is a little bit off. So a couple of them were able to make it, and they were really sad. And other people had things to do. Nick, I appreciate you coming by so much because he wasn't. He was going to be pretty busy, but he's been following me along the way, and I really appreciate that too. So this has been awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate it too. So next, what was the person you were talking about? You're going on live next with?
So tomorrow morning, guys, 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, which I think will work for most of you better rather than late at night. So I'll be on with Ravi Rajani, who is from the UK, and he basically his job, he helps you build confidence to stand up in front of video and just be able to talk. So public speaking, like that. And he's just an amazing energy himself. He's so hyper and so funny and just smiling all the time. That guy is amazing. He does a couple of different lives. He has his own live, and he has something called Lead Laugh Love. And yeah, he's an all around good dude.
Laugh Love. That's cute. Okay.
Yeah. He and a couple other fellas, Jonathan Palmer, Brian Harmon, and let's see, who am I missing? Let's see. Oh, Alex B. Sheridan. So they all four of them do a live, and I think that Travis, the guy I was talking about earlier, I think he produces it. So yeah, that's a really basically talking about how like leadership and love and laughter and everything really needs to be more in business. And so they discuss all sorts of different things on that live. That's pretty cool. I don't know if you've connected with Jonathan Palmer, but he's got a lot of value to put out there. So yeah,
I have. That was I think the only name I recognized from the list of three, but I'm happy to connect with the other two as well. I've seen some of his stuff, and it's definitely helpful. I love how he talks about the ways that he talks about how, like, for example, your banner on your profile is like a billboard, and all of the different like comparisons that are drawn is really helpful. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I'm just beginning on my streaming journey, and I'm like figuring it out, like I'm kind of piecing together the ways that I can provide the most value to other people, and conversation is such a big way to do it. And I'm excited about this new year, like so many people are, but it's just like, it's true that the symbolism of like changing the year and like moving to a new season and all of that jazz actually does make a difference. And even though like I do feel like I've just been kind of taking it moment by moment, not even day by day, like breaking it down to moment by moment because it's just been that difficult. But there's a lot that I'm ready to hit hard and swing heavy in the new year. And I'm not like waiting for the new year or anything. It's just that it takes time to envision. It takes time to kind of really feel like you have the right direction. But yeah, I've never been much of a resolution person. I'm just kind of like, I know what I need to do moving forward, and that's what I stick to. I feel like although that is kind of what actual genuine resolution is, it's like it's resolved. But
you should like kind of have that all the time.
Exactly. That's what I mean. It's like I do that all the time. It's not just like, oh hey Usama in the comments.
Yeah, Usama.
But exactly. I'm always just creating new resolutions for myself. And I don't know if you've ever, revolutions is a farce. Okay, I just learned that word recently, and I'm going to look it up again because I don't remember. Farce.
Yeah, I just want to say, hi, Usama. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Nick, Charlie, Karina, not Karina, Enrique, thank you for hanging out. This is super awesome. I appreciate everybody. Looks like
this is a question from Jacob Schwartz. What's your jam? You want to answer first?
What's my jam?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, my favorite is raspberry. I love raspberry jam. That's definitely my favorite.
I don't know if you meant it like that, but I actually went this.
I'm gonna go with that.
I'm going with that too because it's hilarious.
You didn't specify. I'm going with
it. My favorite jam. Honestly, I'm a blueberry gal. What can I say? I am a blueberry gal myself. You said raspberry?
Yes.
I love that we're just gonna nope, that's not how.
Nope, you didn't specify. That's what you get.
This is actually a great idea. So how about I'll suggest that we stay on for another 5-10 minutes or something and take whatever questions everyone in the comment section wants to throw our way and just do a rapid round. How does that sound?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So everyone drop your comment or drop your question in the comments so we can do a speed round. We could start by doing have you ever done a word association?
Yeah.
Okay, so we could go kind of back and forth while they think of what ridiculous questions they're going to throw our way. But how would it sound?
You already know my friends.
Exactly. Oh, Jacob likes blackberry. That's the jam. So
you
do you even understand? I don't think they understand what we are opening up to right now. Pandora's box has been opened. You can ask any question you want at this point. Doesn't mean we're going to answer it how you want it necessarily. But yeah, if I knew your real name, I would come on your live show. You see how that
works? His name is Gabe. And
Gabe. You already said that, but I, full transparency, forgot. So I take that.
Gabe, you better show your face at some point. So funny. Yeah, when he was me, when I first jumped on his live, I was just like, it was too funny. And let's see, who was it? Sultan, who's not here.
No, we are not. Sorry, I saw one that I'm not acknowledging. It. You go ahead. What were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say he put my face at his as his banner. So that was a lot of fun.
No, that's pretty good. That is well, my fave was seeing Benazzi's reaction when she saw her picture. That really cracked me the heck up.
I know she was so adorably happy, and she was like, "Thank you so much for not." Because I was like, "I'm sorry, I should have warned you that the comments can get kind of crazy, and these guys are lots of fun, and they'll make you laugh the whole time, and they will mess your live up if you're paying attention to the comments because you're like, you just can't contain yourself." But I didn't warn her.
That's part of the experience. That's what.
Yeah. I didn't warn her that they come in force. So because I think she got she had a big amount of the group on there. Just because the timing was right for everybody, but I just I was so sad that I didn't warn her, and then she was like, "I'm so glad you didn't warn me. Thank you so much for not warning me." Oh my gosh, Jacob, stop it.
What would I do for a Klondike bar? That one I'll answer. First of all, it's going to have to be one of those ones with the Heath in it, the toffee, because that was my jam. And I guess that was my jam, not blueberry jam. I suppose a Heath Klondike bar is. But I don't know. I think I would just do what an average person would do. I would buy one. I would go to the store. They're not that good.
That's a great answer. Thanks. That made me laugh. Hey, Regina, just wanted to say hi to another artist that's in the audience there.
Wonderful to see you. Wonderful to have your feminine energy in the chat.
Yeah, what would I do for a Klondike bar? Let's let's see. I might cut my hair off.
For a Klondike bar? Are you
You want to know why I'm going to say that? Because it's been a while since I cut my hair off.
Exactly. That's why I was like, what's
it's so long. I just can't. I can't. My hair is usually really short. That's why I'm messing with it a lot, because I'm not used to it, because usually it's just I've got it like asymmetrical and kind of wild. So I'm still getting used to it, and I would kind of just love to chop it off. And actually, Klondike bars aren't that great, and I hope
that's what.
But what other kind of question?
I think he was setting me up, because he said, "There you go. They are not that good," is the correct answer. So we have to test. It looks like Charlie has a real question for us. Not that the other ones weren't real questions. It's just they weren't deserving of our attention. Do you see what I'm getting at here? So, what art medium can you just absolutely not stand?
What can I not?
What can't I do? What can't both of us just kind of like? What can't I do?
What don't I like? I guess I'm not that big of a fan of pastels, but I wouldn't say that I just like can't stand anything, because that really depends on the artist and how it's pulled off. You know, I'm trying to think, maybe like the super pretentious, like you know, the people that kind of stick inanimate objects on like a canvas, and sometimes it's not necessarily done right. Somebody was asking me the other day how I felt about a piece of art that somebody they took a blank canvas and they said, "Yep, done." And I was like, nope.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised, because then there's that dude who duct tapes a banana onto a wall, and Art Basel has a shit fest, and its valuation is ridiculously high. But there's totally different conversation between art that's good and art that sells. So we don't even have to go there. But I think I could definitely see that they're called ready-made pieces. Like Marcel Duchamp was one of the artists that kind of founded that in the beginning of the branching out of surrealism. I know this because when I was at I was an intern at the Dali Museum. So I gained a lot of like formal understanding of like the arts and art institution, art history, from like that lens. And Duchamp was one of the visiting shows that we had. So I saw a lot of that. And I think that they can be done interestingly. Like there's a lobster phone that Dali made, which was pretty cool. Like the idea of taking two things that already exist that don't make sense, putting them together.
No, I that's kind of cool, actually. You know, really makes sense.
There's a way to execute on anything that can be interesting. Even putting a blank canvas up could be interesting if you like had the right moment and the right audience and the right execution. But like as in general, I'm just like, okay, you didn't even try. But
nothing. You were like, I have no ideas, so here we go. Good enough. Hey, Marcelo, thanks for hanging out and stopping by. He also has a LinkedIn Live. You should check him out as well.
So many amazing people. Very cool.
Yeah.
I didn't answer the question myself. I don't know if there's a medium that I don't love.
Right.
One thing that frustrates me as I'm still learning how to do it is like video editing and stuff like that, which I guess could be considered a medium, but it's really just because I think there's a learning curve. And the hardest part really is just the storage on my devices. Like that's the part that gets in the way. So I don't know if that really counts, but that's like the most authentic thing that can come to mind. Someone is a Dali fan. I've got all kinds of like Dali. Now I'm just gonna like put a little added factoid about me, but like all my life, I'm from Florida. Like I live in Florida. So the Dali Museum is based out of St. Pete. And there are just ways that I have related to Dolly in a lot of ways and been drawn to the actual museum. So like when I was 13, actually I think I was a little bit older. I might have been like 14 or 15, but regardless, like the art show for students that they do every year, my teacher had put me in the show. And so I was able to like experience that, or she applied for me to get in the show and then I was selected. So I was able to experience having my art on the wall of the museum. And that was like incredible. And then I just kind of kept going back and now I live right down the street from there. So it's just I like Dolly too, is what I'm trying to get. But a lot of my work, the reason why I'm like taking a moment to acknowledge it is because my work is based off of a lot of the same schools of thought, like esoteric geometry and psychology and just like physics overall, like the sciences and art blend. So yeah. If you like Dolly, you'll like my work too, for sure. You can certainly consider video editing an art medium. That's what I agree. So yeah. I'm glad that you agree.
He's been so Charlie Powers is my senior art consultant for the events, and he helps me cut together the videos. So I get the frames together and I get the music that I want together, and we just kind of go through and do that editing and cut everything together. So yeah, he should know that's not an easy task. Here we thought it would be easy. It's been a lot easier. It's just been, like I said, everything's been falling into place, and that's including when we go to do these videos. Like the timing just happens to be perfect. Like I picked the right part of the song, the duration time for all the images. So that's for like the presentation videos that go on during the show.
I love when that happens.
Yeah, they've been really cool. And I actually, since you were on the platform, I was able to get one of my artist friends to release his music to me. So I actually am, instead of using stock music, I have a beautifully talented music artist named Samuel Howell, who is the lead singer and creator of the band Afterwards. And he lets me use any of his music to go along with these videos for the presentations. And he's just got like the perfect kind of music there where it just really starts out, very, very pleasing, and it can get really, really heavy during the great parts, you know what I mean? And then it calms out again. So
the kind of music that you feel like it's a story. Like, yeah. I love that. That's
yep. So yeah, the videos are getting a lot. We're expanding. Everything's starting to really fall into place and trying figuring everything out. And yeah, so the last event was just out of this world. I couldn't have been happier with that one. So I'm real excited for what this one is going to bring as far as new ideas and everything like that. It's going to be amazing. And I just can't wait also to hang out with my Vipers, everybody that can make it. I know Usama is definitely going to be there because he never misses this show. So he's awesome.
This is hilarious. Super artistic Queen of Vipers and so freaking cool. I have her back. How cute.
That's Enrique. Yeah. I think I'm the queen because I was the first one banned from the comments on LinkedIn. I just killed it so much because I was like, I really like Luke Matthews. He's a super cool, down to earth guy. He's very smart. He has really fun content. He just mixes it up, and he loves bacon. And he's a really, really fun guy. So I wanted to support him as much as I could. So I was like, I'm going to comment as much as I can on this live, and I'm going to stick with him the whole time. So I literally stayed from minute 1 to hour 24. Like I stayed that whole time, stayed up commenting. I was banned for a few hours and then was able to jump back on after I think LinkedIn had to figure out if I was a robot or not.
Yeah, well, I feel like at that point you might have had to ask yourself that question.
Right. Because I wasn't thinking about it at all. So I was doing kind of what I am here, where every time somebody comments, I respond back to them. And, like these guys just having a great conversation back and forth and, really just enjoying the networking. And, none of us thought about it like that there would be a limit on comments. We were just trying to show support and having fun. And it just, all of a sudden, I was like, I can't comment anymore. So, that was an amazing start to all of this. And that was my first LinkedIn Live. I actually jumped on. Jonathan Palmer had asked me, he had saw that I was there the entire time and was like, do you want to come up and join us for one of these lives? Because the way it works, his LinkedIn only gives you 4 hours for a live. So they had to jump from one person's live to another in order.
So it was like a live relay race, basically.
Exactly. So they both had to jump onto these other lives. And it was about 4:00 in the morning, and Nick Lozano was hosting for them. And Jonathan asked me to come up. So I went up, and that was my first live on LinkedIn. And I've done a couple since then. I think it was 2 before I started this. So just like 2 or 3 lives. And then I started this tour, really trying to challenge myself to get used to this a little bit more, and really being able to deliver a message in a great and creative way that I'm not sure many people have done. Many, I'm going to call them live marathon or whatnot. So yeah,
I haven't seen anything like that. I'm like,
we're on day 7. So I
have that idea. I think I'm gonna
9,
something like that. Maybe I will
have 9 scheduled. Because I have 2 more after that. So Ravi Rajani in the morning at 8 a.m. And then I have
in the morning. That sounds like a show itself.
8 a.m.
The Johnny in the morning.
Ravi Rajani. Yeah, no, I think because we had to try to figure it out because he's a different time zone. And then I go on with Nick Lozano, which is so it's fitting. So the last day of my live tour is going to be with the first guy that I ever went on with. So Nick Lozano is going to close us out on Thursday.
That's like cool shit. I love it. This is
so that's going to be super awesome. So I'm also going on with.
I'm being dared.
You're being. Oh no.
Do it. I already said I was there. I guess I said it in the comment. I didn't say it out loud. Yeah, sure. You want to? I'll be on your live. Absolutely.
I'll
be on Jacob's too if he keeps the questions appropriate. But I don't know about all of that.
Oh no, he's. I've been live with him. He's.
I like to poke fun back, and if I can at least make a razz, I'm going to, but I could tell everyone is good people. I'm not personally offended in any way. You want to do a live tour too? Some skills, like what kind?
Oh, Usama, you're so funny. You have the greatest communication skills. You met Usama. Come on, Usama.
Well, it was actually Jacob who said that, which I haven't met and personally attest, but I can say that Usama has definitely got the skills.
He definitely does, and so does Jacob. Everybody in these comments right now.
That we already, and this is where again I get a little philosophical on people, but I just got to keep it deep like that. We already have everything inside of us that we need. You already have all of the tools in the toolbox. It's just about picking them up and tinkering with them. You don't even have to do anything crazy. It's literally just getting your hands used to the materials like in art, so like gotta bring it there. I just have to, but I do believe that you probably got the skills with a Z too.
Yeah, and and that's kind of my whole thing with trying to create awareness about people being, that you are artistic, you are creative, is it's just really how you have to tap into something and realize it yourself, having that confidence. And not everybody is born with that confidence.
A tool. So we've got and then we've also got someone saying, let's go deep, I love deep, which I can't tell if that's like a surface level joke also, or if they're actually saying, yes, let's go deep with it. But regardless, I wouldn't say I'm a poet expert, but apparently Kenny is.
Kenny is amazing.
So I'm just wondering, of the group, like how many are on that like deeper metaphysical shit, and how many are like, no, Pat miss me with that, or if everyone's just like a little bit of both of the jokey nature and the deep nature. I know. What about you, Kelsey? Would you describe yourself as like a deep person?
I would say that. I try not to do it too much, just because you don't know if somebody else is or not, and you never want to make them feel inferior or anything like that, or uncomfortable. But I can definitely get deep. But also, I've experienced a lot of trauma and drama in my life, so nice that can be stirred up when you start digging deep. You have to be careful of what kind of hole you can dig yourself into, or memories that you can pull up. And you never know when you're digging that hole and things just might cave in. So I'm careful of how I dig deep, but that's why I'm an artist, is because I use that to express all those kind of feelings. So oh, Charlie Powers, you said I'm deep like Groot.
See, I love that, like, juxtaposed, the fancy art term, with this. Like, I love reaching the depth of human nature. What is NLP? I'm not sure if I know what that is. Shadow work, neuroplasticity, I love it all. See, those are some examples of like depth, but then again, there's the lighthearted nature that's the thing, is like, that's why I was genuinely curious, because I would say that Charlie seems like a deep person, and the reference to Groot is what makes it lighthearted, and it's like you can be both. So that's exactly what I kind of expected from these vipers.
Yeah. I mean, Charlie being an audience, or an audience. Yeah, Charlie, you're an audience. Charlie being an artist can appeal to the audience in different ways. But yeah, he can get pretty deep as far as that goes. So yeah, it's I'd say it's an artist's life, to really pick at things. And even if they're not, expressing that just by shouting it out, you can definitely notice it in their work. And that's kind of something that I've noticed as far as artists go. So so some of my work can tend to be a little on the dark side.
I kind of noticed that. That's why I was curious to pick your brain about a couple of these things too, because you had mentioned earlier, very early on too, just like pain and how that has tied into your work as well. And I relate, and I agree. I think that there are ways to express it through art that don't require us to necessarily live there in that deep, painful headspace. Like, it's something that I feel like as a collective in society have revisited so many times, just the catharsis of art. And we're really trying to hone into that as a race of people, I think. So it's beautiful to be able to share it and to see the ways that you and I have begun sharing it. You know, I'm like seeing all of these comments come through, and it's just like a beautiful thing to see this community and the way it's sort of going together. Majida says she's enjoys a good joke, but you're a bit more deep. I'm like that too. Like, I don't know. It's hard to it's an interesting self-awareness game, because I'd say it depends on my mood, I guess, but
Yeah.
I would say I'm very childlike, very joyful and bubbly, but can be very introspective and very connected to like you guys were talking about neurolinguistic programming. I didn't know the abbreviation for it, but I definitely relate to a lot of like and shadow work and all of these other things that are being talked about here. Like, it's all about that creative process. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited.
Yeah, these boys are all over the place. I mean, like I said, they're real into the tech world, so they can hit that, but they're also all real into art and creativity. So that's where all the Vipers really go on themselves, go deep, and get on another level with that, and they can really chime in really on any different kind of angle to the conversation. So yeah, that's I think that's so important for people, and I'm going to continue to do these events, and like I said, I really appreciate you having me on to like kind of hang out and talk art a bit.
Yes, ma'am. I really appreciate it, and I can't wait to cheer you on throughout the rest of your tour. These nine, you said more you've got scheduled?
No, I've got 2 more, so that'll be 9 total.
9 total. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, this is an awesome experience for you, and like it's been an awesome experience for me to have this conversation with you. I'm inspired by you, real talk. Like, I'm gonna sit down and reflect on what I want. Like, if I were to do a tour starting here, like, and I feel like I'm cutting the word if out of my vocabulary. So like, what I want my tour to look like, starting with Gabe and whoever else. And this sounds cool. I would love to hear this conversation. Where'd it go? That Charlie would love to chat about the hero's journey and different archetypes. Now that I just okay. So first of all, or last of all, I guess we're about to wrap up the show. If you couldn't tell, but check out the Inked Insomnia, which you guys already all know about, and go to sign up. I'm going to make sure I get some people in my network to sign up for if not this event, then one coming up, because I've gained a lot out of it. And if you guys are interested in archetypes, then you have to add me on other platforms and look at the art piece that I've just shared about today, because I have been sharing videos of a sculpture of a painting that I did. It's a entirely ceramic piece that I use just like I would the painting process to build a canvas, not real canvas, because I used a slab roller to make it look like canvas out of clay, and built a frame like I would have made it. I made it look like wood out of clay, and built a frame and attached all the pieces, and took a palette knife and used clay and painted an impasto with slip. It's all clay. If I can like hit that home, I'm going to. And then painted with a palette that I made colors of using colorful slip. So the whole thing was an experience of that. And the painting is of the birth of Venus, of Aphrodite. And that was born. Also, I have a poem that's called The Archetypal Figure that's alternatively named Karina, because it was the beginning of my Lies We Tell series, which I shared at the Inked Insomnia show. So it feels like I'm tying a beautiful little bow on all of this. But it basically, if y'all want the tea, it started with like my now boyfriend at the time had said something which was like intended to be a compliment, but like when you have a lot of pain and hurt, sometimes you take things a certain way. And he had said that I was like the archetypal figure of beauty, love, creation, and desire. And for whatever reason, when I heard that, I just got really pissed off. Like I just did. I just like, I don't know. It just felt like I don't know what I really don't know what I was dealing with in the moment to feel that way, but it just if you are a creative person, which all of you guys seem like you are, something sometimes just vacuums you into it, and you start experiencing like the zone. And that was one of those moments, and it birthed all of these different things that I had created. So please add me and take a look at that post, or that
Did
series.
you post it on LinkedIn? I was just looking at it.
I just posted it before we went on, and I learned that new algorithm trick here of that you said to not post back to back. So I'm going to make sure I stop doing that, because that's how I've been doing.
Yeah, I've been told that that back to back really suppresses the original posts, and same with like the sharing and things like that too. Shares are really low on views, but if you post something and then post again, it usually suppresses like the first post, I guess. Is what
good to know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Yeah. But it's all a learning process. And if you guys in the chat, in the comments, have any algorithm tips in addition to that, I'm happy to learn about it, because all the different algorithms on different platforms are so different.
It's so different. Yeah, it's so different. Yeah. No, I took a little bit of time to really research LinkedIn before I jumped into it, just to kind of feel out what was going on. So yeah, it's been an incredible journey, and I'm so glad that I met everybody. Thank you so much, everybody in the comments, Vipers included. You guys are great, and I'm so happy that I connected with you and to show your wonderful art on my exhibit. So yeah, no, it's been completely amazing. I have just a little preview of some of the past art shows, like a little show recap, and I'll drop the link in the comments. That's for you included. If you want to go check those out, you are on, of course, that October event. And so if you guys just go subscribe to my channel and start hanging out over there, you'll catch some little recaps of these shows. So yeah, support your artists. These events are free. These are free for artists to submit their art and to be shown. These are free for guests. I don't charge a commission for anything sold for those artists. So yeah, just support the arts. And like I said, thank you for having me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. And you actually inspired me really quick. I'm going to share my screen and show a video of the art piece as a little promo too. And then I'm going to put on the video of the link that you sent as we go. I'm going to see if it lets me share.
Yeah, actually, I'd prefer not to throw that on LinkedIn. I haven't put that up on LinkedIn. Okay. Rather, people just go check out the YouTube, because
absolutely
there's a bunch of other videos on there that would really kind of like throw everything together. But yeah, if they go check out the YouTube, I haven't put those on LinkedIn, so I kind of wanted that to be like a bigger reveal thing, if you don't mind.
Oh, of course. Are you kidding? I just was hoping to support however I best can, so I don't want to do anything.
No, I do that. Appreciate that. No, it's totally fine. I will release it on LinkedIn though. But I just want to, you know what I mean?
Yes, I completely know what you mean. In that case, I'm going to share a screen of just my art piece and
yeah,
for the night. So let's see if it does the audio.
And shark teeth and painted details with colored clay.
I don't know that it's playing on the screen. Oh
no. Well.
Okay, there we go. I was trying to find that as well to put it up. It's a learning experience, guys. We're figuring this out. It might not let you do it. Can I get tech support? Oh gosh, Jacob, you're hilarious. You taught Charlie everything he knows, huh? Cool. Oh, Dimitri showed up.
Well, I think my computer is struggling for me to show this many things at the same time. But I tell you what, each of you, I'm going to tag you in the post, and that way you can interact with that post too. So, how does that sound?
I already liked it. Actually, I'm on it. I'm so I didn't know we were talking. Oh my gosh, Charlie, I'm gonna kill you with that.
Oh, no, not actually.
Yeah, that's the job of tech support is, can you refresh? Did you refresh? Can you refresh the browser?
I've been a customer service representative before, so I feel, did you try refreshing?
Nope, not at all.
That you're curious, Majida. And anyways, let's wrap it. I appreciate everybody that came on, and I'm so happy to make new friends with each of you. Kelsey, you're a rock star. You already knew that. I hope everyone has a
That's what everybody says. I don't know who started that rumor, but I like it.
I think it's just plain observation. And I'll tell you one thing, it takes one to know one. And I would say modestly and humbly, rock stars. So everyone on this chat's a rock star.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, y'all. Have a good night. Be safe, be well, and take good care in this difficult but joyous time that we're in.